Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this video right off the bat. So today we went ahead and we did a back focused video. Just off the rip, I do want to not apologize because I'm still putting out the video, which is the most important part. But I did go ahead and I didn't do a voiceover. I didn't do the live recording in the gym. The main reason for that is this is my first time working out in Gold's gym, like recording. So I didn't want to bother anybody. So I went ahead, I did this a few videos back when I just kind of did a voiceover afterwards. But so I'm pretty much all moved in. I know I speak about that later in this video, but I'm pretty much all moved in at this point. So I'm basically at the point now where I'm just trying to get like a routine. So I've been going to Gold's the vast majority of the time. The reason for that is just, I'm really just trying to like kind of find my footing in life right now. So I'm trying to socialize as much as possible. And this is like a big step for me, like going somewhere out of my comfort zone. I know it seems kind of cheesy, but like for me, it's a big deal. So like going here around people that I normally don't know is like, it's a lot for someone like me who's like a true introvert. Like this is not something I normally do. But today we went ahead and did back. So I couldn't find a rope here, like a rope that I was looking for. So I found these two little handles, these cables. And I just attached that and I did basically just rows or pullovers. As you can see, I do put a decent amount of bend in my elbows. The heavier I go on these, the more my elbows will end up bending. It's not the end of the world. If you really want to isolate your back, keep your elbows keep your arms nice and fully extended. And then just kind of like pull the rope out to the side as you go. And then this machine was crazy. I've never done, there's so many machines in here that I've never even seen before. I've definitely never utilized before. But this machine actually has an attachment where, so obviously it's a lat pull down machine. It's not unilateral, as you can tell, it's bilateral. So if you move one side, the other side goes. Not that that's a drawback, but I thought it was unilateral. Then I started pulling it and I realized it wasn't. But this machine's cool because you can see like this little attachment kind of at the bottom right, not on the weight stack, but to the left of that. It has like an overload situation. So if you go overload at the top part of the movement, it's really heavy from like the first third till you get to the mid, and then it gets light. And then you can also do it so you overload in the middle, so the middle 2/3 of the movement. And then you could also do what I did, which I didn't even know that the machine did this. I just ended up figuring it out. But the bottom third, which was really nice. So as you're pulling at the, like, as you can see, the bottom part that's where the resistance really kicks up. And I've never seen a machine like that before. So I thought, to me it was unique. And that's like the nice thing about this gym is they have so much equipment. Like they just bring in new equipment left and right. Like they have they posted on the Instagram story or the Instagram about a tibia machine just for your tibia, which is, I don't really do a lot of tibia work now, but back when I was running a lot, which I'm not saying I'm getting back into, but I'm gonna do like a physique update here soon, or like a diet update, or just kind of an update overall, because I've lost probably like 10 pounds within the past like month. I've turned on carnivore, which is, I know there's a lot of people who don't agree with that, but that's how my body functions best, is on a carnivore diet. Anyway, so I might be doing that in the future. But then I moved on to this mid-row machine. So as you can tell, whenever I'm doing a row, and this goes for my clients as well, whenever we're doing a row, it's really hard for people to engage their back muscles. It's just, I don't think it's natural. It doesn't like naturally click for people. So there's a few cues that I like to use, and this is for all my trainers, anybody who's an in-person trainer, even an online trainer. Whenever you're training people, you need to basically come up with things that allow them to complete the movement without them thinking about the movement. And if you do that for an extended period of time, they start understanding anatomically what's happening in their body. So what do I mean by that? Well, By the way, these deadlifts are not the best. I don't know why. I'd never deadlift at the end of a workout. I always deadlift at the beginning. But I just said screw it, and I don't know. It was fun. I've never deadlifted on like a platform before, so I think that's why I went ahead and did this. Anyways, so whenever you're doing Qs, I think I work up to 4 or 5 for like a set of 3 here. I was really tight that day. I should have definitely stretched a wee bit more. But whenever you're training clients, so like whenever I do back, I always say pull your elbow down to your hip, which helps a lot of people. And then if that doesn't work, I tell people, well, what you can also think of is that you're trying to squeeze a lemon between your arm and your side. By doing that, usually people click in their head, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. And a week, a couple months will go by, then your client will eventually realize, oh, what they mean is I'm retracting my back, I'm pulling my scapula together. Oh, I can feel it in my back. I can feel my lat working. I can feel my lower back working. I can feel my upper back working. I can feel my traps working. Whatever it is, they can start feeling the muscles working, and that's how you can kind of bridge that gap from I don't feel anything to, oh, there's that mind muscle connection. It's just a nice little easy way to get people to understand what they're doing, especially if you have someone who's completely green and they've never worked out before. As you can see when I'm doing these deadlifts, my back does come up just a wee bit, but nothing to the point where I didn't feel safe. I felt safe the entire time. That one was that was a little touchy. As you can see, my grip gave out at the end. I've been using the figure 8 grips for so long that like the figure 8 grips are like a cheat code. It's an absolute cheat code. And this machine right here, I'm telling you, man, this machine, it literally, to me, it doesn't get better than this machine. This reverse hyper is an absolute game changer. So this is gonna work your lower back and your glutes. That lower back doesn't get a lot of work unless you do a deadlift. And by doing this, it helps so much with lower back pain. People who, are struggling with the lower back, I'm telling you, if you hop on this right here, the stretch it gives you in your low back, and I'm not in pain there. I'm just like my back is bothering me a little bit. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed the card talk now.
Professional camera work. I know not my last 2 videos, but I think definitely one before, I did not film on my good camera, my Sony. That was also the first workout I filmed in a new gym. I know I've put like clips up on social media and whatnot, but that was the first workout I did at Gold's Gym in Crofton. So I think this is like this is the first, because I went ahead, I tried to record a video in the basement of my parents' house, but it was just, the lighting was horrible and it was just like not good. And I don't want to just put out content to put out content. Like I want my content to be good. So yeah, guys, this is the first video I've done since I've been back. I've moved. You guys are watching this. I've completely moved. My last day's up. As I'm filming this, I still have a few days left at the apartment. I just have to physically go there and move some stuff, like paperwork and dumb stuff like that. And then after that, man, I've completely moved. I've already started my new job, which is not technically new. It's my old job back. I'm a trainer in Foundation Fitness in Annapolis. So if you're in Annapolis and you are struggling with, losing weight or putting on muscle mass or anything like that, and you need help, or if you have any friends that need any help, have them reach out to me and I will definitely, I'll help them. Little shameless plug there. But I'm slowly getting my feet back under me. Like, it's funny, I have so many things in my head right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy that workout. I did do deadlifts. I know my form wasn't that good. If I do deadlifts, I usually do at the beginning of the workout, but I just saw like this is the first time I ever used like weightlifting, barbell plates, and I've been doing it I've been working out for 12 years. It's the first time I ever used any of that stuff. So I was just like a little kid like a fat boy in a candy shop. And I almost did like posing at the end because they have a posing room. Because I felt that was one of the best workouts I've had in 2024 for sure, but definitely one of the best workouts I've had in like the past like 2 or 3 months, like no doubt. It was such a good workout. And I also got this a couple of days ago, Strawberry Mango Ghost, which I'm gonna have soon, which I'm very excited for, before I go to work today. But it was just a fantastic workout, and I don't want to talk about the workout because I already did. Um, but yeah, I'm finally like getting my feet back under me, and it's been a journey, man. Like I was talking to one of my really good. I mean, I don't know. There's people in your life who ask questions, and there's people who ask questions and don't let you give a bullshit answer. And I have somebody in my life who's very close to me. Has always been there for me. He's older than me. He's yeah, he's a beautiful man. He's a great person, and he really like he really asked me questions, and I'm gonna start reading books. I read all the time, but I've never read a book about grief, and I think that's kind of like gonna be my next little world, is reading about grief, because as as much as I kind of pride myself on my emotional intelligence, I think when it comes to me, I kind of neglect myself, and I don't want to do that, especially this time around. So I'm going to pick up a few books on grief and just kind of read about it, go over the stages, learn a little bit more. Times like this in my life, I really lean on to people who've been through things that I'm going through, but also people who've been through things worse than I've gone through, and that I'm going to go through. Um, yeah, so I mean that's kind of where I am, right? Like my life is kind of not in shambles anymore. Like I've put pieces together. I have a place I'm staying. I've been looking at houses too, not like open houses, but I've been, on the internet. And there's some houses in Crofton that I could honestly afford right now. I just need to get a few months of paychecks under my belt, because as a personal trainer, right, you're a 1099. Um, so you're not a salary employee, so it's much harder to get a loan from the bank in order to buy a house. It makes it very difficult because you don't have like a set paycheck every single week, or every single paycheck every 2 weeks, bi-monthly, however you get paid. um, so I kind of got to get a few months out of my belt, and my goal for the end of the year is to get a house. And I didn't think I could get a house where, kind of where I lived, but I'm starting to look at it now, man, and like I could definitely afford it. Obviously, the houses are probably going to keep going up. They're kind of like falling off a little bit right now, but as the interest rates go down, there's going to be a higher demand, because more people are going to want to lock into a lower interest rate. So the higher demand, lower supply, prices are going to go up. Just basic economics. Um, but I really do want to make that my goal. So I'm just going to save my ass off, save money, save money, save money. I want to get like a little place, like, it's nothing against family or friends, but like I've lived on my own with Taylor for, I mean, nearly 3 years. So it's, well, I mean, we split rent for 2 years, but we've lived together for so long, that I just kind of got used to it, man. So I kind of want my own little space, and that's kind of like my goal for this year, like to establish myself a little bit more than I already have. It's gonna take time. Like I'm obviously fully aware of that, but that's okay. Like that's okay with me. It wasn't okay a few months ago. Later today, it probably won't be okay. But that's kind of, my mind is kind of everywhere right now. But it's okay to kind of slowly get my feet under me, and honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting comfortable with the position I'm in life. It's a big pivot in my life. There's some days that are very hard. There's some days where I've never had an issue getting out of bed because of Nona. I have to feed her and I have to let her out to go pee. But when that night time comes around, and I put my dog to bed, I put her in the kennel at like 8:15, and I'm literally sleeping by 9 p.m. And I'm up at 5. I think I might push that back to 4 a.m. Just because I want to get more reading in. I'm getting about 30 to 45 minutes of reading in. I want to get like close to an hour. 7 hours of reading, man, a week. Like, I mean, you can be dangerous if you read 365 hours a year. Like, you can be a dangerous person if you focus on reading. It's a game changer. I made a post a few weeks back about that. Like, reading makes you unstoppable. It really does. It really does make you unstoppable. Like, you are what you do, right? If you don't read, you will start interfacing into the world and with people as someone who doesn't read. And I'm not saying that's bad or good, but what I'm saying is I've been that person, and the person I am now who does like to consume books, I enjoy being that person more. I enjoy being the person who consumes knowledge. But yeah, I mean, there's yeah, I mean, there's the nighttime's the hardest when I put the dog to bed and I go upstairs, and from 8:15 to about 9:15 I watch an episode of probably 8:15, yeah, probably 8:15 to 9:15 I watch an episode of Breaking Bad. Play around TikTok a little bit, look at my comments, notifications, take care of all that fun stuff. Which I'm not kidding. Like, I'm truly grateful for all the support I get, and yeah, dude, it's just kind of that point in my life where it's a pivot, and I'm blessed to be able to pivot. I'm blessed to have a family that allows me to pivot. Yeah, it's a year for growth, man. It's a year for growth, but my camera's literally dying right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead, go home, eat some food, and I might record a carnivore diet. My next video might be a complete full day of eating on the carnivore diet. Thank you guys so much for watching.